All right, guys, second week, chapter 1. This is the Bogmore week, basically what it sounds like. There's a lot of toxic in this week when it comes to honor quests and story quests. We're gonna basically cover the story quests in general, and we're gonna go from there. There's also some changes with the matchmaking that came too, so here we go. All right, so we've got 3 story quests, 3 honor quests. The story quests are basically the same style as the first week, where you've got an easy one, a little bit of a search and find type of situation, and then we've got a time one that kind of takes a little bit out of you. Then you've got the honor quests, which are basically just like escalated daily quests, where we've got open chests, do damage, stuff like that. Specifically this week, we've got open 15 chests in Deadmoss, deal 2,500 damage as a toxicologist, and deal 600 toxic damage while invisible, which if you're a toxicologist, that shouldn't be too much of a problem to do, in my opinion. And that's the honor quests. That's part of the chapter pass, which means it's not free, unlike the story quest, which what we've got so far is deal 200 damage in Deadmoss. But if you're doing the honor quest, then, you know, honestly, that shouldn't be too big of an issue, in my opinion. It should be pretty simple to do 200 when you're already doing 600 while invis and 2,500 as a toxicologist. Then you've got Bogmore Camp Infiltration. You have to find 3 campsites. They're kind of spread across Deadmoss. And if you don't know what Deadmoss is, by the way, Deadmoss is where Castle Bogmore is, at the bottom right-hand corner of the map. It's the new part of the map that we haven't seen yet until chapter 1. So anyways, infiltrate 3 Bogmore collective camps. They look exactly like that, a little tiny campsite with a box. It's very similar to the letters from last week. The only difference here is that there are 3 of them. If you find another one, feel free to tell me in the comments or on Twitch or whatever. I only found 3. You only need 3, so I'm assuming there might only be 3. However, last week you could land at the same box and collect the same letter over and over and over again. I was having an issue doing that this week, where it would let me do it. It would let me click the box and let me read the thing. However, it wouldn't actually count for the collective camps when I got out of the match. It was counting inside the match. You could see the bar pop up on the left hand. However, when I got out of the map, it wasn't really collecting. So I had to go back in and do each individual one. I was playing with Emma, if you don't know who that is. She's one of my mods and one of my best friends in stream. So she was collecting them and I was going back and doing the same one over and over again. But then I had to go back later and find them again and do them all one more time. So you can't really cheese it. From what I've noticed, like you could last time. You might be able to, and I just didn't get the chance to do so. But here are the 3 locations are in this video, and the last story quest is just dropping Deadmoss 5 times, which really isn't that big of anything. However, it does take 5 times, and it does work in Clash, so by all means have at it with that. I did also find the box from chapter 1 trailer, the one with the gauntlet in it. Here's where it is. It's in the middle of Castle Bogmore, very middle. This could be where he finds it in the thing, and we might end up finding it at the very end, but in case you want to find it earlier, here it is. There you go. You can do it. On to matchmaking. So we've had a little bit of a problem with the matchmaking. They brought it in, didn't work how they wanted to. They kicked it out. They dropped us to 2 separate things of 23 and above and then below, which kind of made it rough for the 23s and above, because all the new players, if you're a new player, and you're probably below 23, and all we could really play is Clash. So all I've played for 2 days in a row on stream is Clash. The whole time. So I'm hopefully this new iteration, which I will read that to you in a second. Hopefully this new iteration is the helper. I've been playing tonight. I have had constant packed full lobbies of 42 solos and trios, and that could be because everyone's on with the new quests, but you know, it could also be the matchmaking. So this is what the matchmaking basically is. In regions outside of North America, all platforms will now matchmake together except PlayStation and Xbox players who have disabled crossplay. So now when you enable crossplay, it enables crossplay, which is something we've wanted for a minute. So now it actually means enabled crossplay. For mage rank 23 and higher matches, all platforms will matchmake together, including North America, which is huge. Which might be why we're getting 42 player lobbies. Players on US West may matchmake with US East players. Now that doesn't mean that they always will. In my mind, that just means like if West is low or East waste is low, that means they'll kind of kick together. For PlayStation and Xbox players who have crossplay disabled, all players at mage rank 2 and above will matchmake together. This is to say there is no bucketing by MR. So that basically means that if you have it disabled, you're only playing on PlayStation 4 and only playing on Xbox. You're not playing together. That makes sense because there's probably not a big enough population to support the separation of the 23s and plus. Plus the 2+ is the bot lobby that you join in on just to help the brand new players out a little bit. All BR matches will now eventually start, even if there's only one player in the lobby. The remainder will be filled with bots. If you haven't played with the bots recently, they're actually not too terrible. I wouldn't mind just jumping in, even as like a practice. If there's no one playing, I'm still gonna have a good time kicking ass on bots because they could potentially kill you. That's it for the notes. They did fix some crashes, by the way. It was fix the number of client crashes for PC builds, Steam, and Epic Games. This is an optional client update that went out last night, and a few server crashes have been fixed. That's all I say about that. However, now Proletariat's out for Christmas. So if you have any feedback or anything like that you want to add to anything, they probably won't get back to it. They might be around. You might see them around, but they probably won't get back to it until they get back in 2021. So with that, guys, that's your second week. That's your news update of the week. We'll catch you next time. Oh, don't forget to like the video. If you don't hate me, hit that square box. If you do hate me, don't hit it. You won't like what's on the other side. Later, guys. Peace.